Okay, you guys, so this is video number 3 of the chitlins. If you watch video 1 and 2, then I showed you how to clean them, I showed you how to boil them, and now I'm going to show you how to fry chitlins. So as far as the fried chitlins, you can boil them the exact same way that I showed you in the second video, but leave out the vegetables, just season them. Don't worry about the vegetables. So what you're trying to do is just boil them until they're tender so that they'll be good enough to fry. Alright, so let's get into the ingredients. I have 1 cup of flour that we're going to be using. I have 2 tablespoons of onion powder, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of black pepper, and 2 tablespoons of Creole seasoning, and 1 tablespoon of paprika. I have 1/4 cup of milk and 2 eggs. And what we're going to start on first is making our egg wash. For our egg wash, I have 2 medium-sized eggs that we're going to be using. So let's go ahead and start with that. Crack your eggs. Make sure you don't put no shells in your egg wash. Oops, there go one. Just take your egg and scoop it out. Your shell and scoop it out. Okay, so now with that, we're going to pour in our 1/4 cup of milk. And we're going to give that a good stir. Okay, and then once this is finished, we're going to get into the seasonings. Oops. All right, make sure you blend it up good. And that is complete. All right, the next thing we're going to do is take your seasons. We're not going to season our chitlins. We're going to just season our flour. And the reason why is because we don't want too much sodium with this. You have to be careful when you cooking and eating these. You don't want too much sodium and stuff with your chitlins. Then give that a good stir. By adding a seasoning to your flour, you giving the chitlins flavor once you put them in your flour. So the flour is already seasoned, and it's gonna bring that good flavor to the chitlins. So nothing to worry about. All right, we have that. Next, what you want to do is go ahead and take your chitlins and place them in the egg wash. Then you want to take something, you can do it with your hands, you can do it with some kind of scoop as I have with a strainer, or you could just simply do it with your hands. Then once you wash them pretty good, drain a little bit of that egg wash off of them, and then dip them in the flour. And we're going to repeat this twice to get them good and coated. So, okay, we have them in the flour. We're going to put the rest of them in the flour. And then we're going to repeat the step. All right, so what you want to do is get them good and coated. All right, so that seemed pretty good. Shake it off. We're going to put it back in the egg wash and repeat it one more time. all of that off. Shake as much flour as you can off. If you can't get it all off, don't worry about it. And I check later for pieces that might be hot in the flour, but at this point, I'm just trying to get it done. All right, so then you want to get it coated again in the egg wash. Shake as much of that egg wash off as you can. I know you guys are making a mess right here, but it's okay. I will clean my mess up. Let's do it again. Okay, so we got all of them out of the egg wash pretty much. And now we're going to give it a good stir again. So get them good and coated. And while you're doing this, make sure that your grease is at 375 degrees. Go ahead and get your grease started. I'm using a deep fryer. You don't have to use a deep fryer. You can use a pot, a pan, whichever way you normally fry your food. So I gotta get some more of that flour. So this is what will occur at times. It'll get lumpy and it'll start sticking together. What you want to do is have you some flour already seasoned aside, just in case you have to add more. And at this point, you will need to add some more flour to get them from sticking together. Make sure the flour is good and seasoned, just like you did the first time. That's how you're going to get the flavor on your chitlins. Break them up a little bit if you can, and try to add some more of that flour if needed. Break it up a little bit to make sure all of them are floured. And pour more as you go if needed. Okay, I think all of them are pretty good and coated, as you can see. So we're going to get to the step of placing them in the fryer. You're going to fry these for 2 minutes. They are already cooked. We just pretty much want to get that fried, crispy taste to it. So as soon as they're golden brown, or however you like your food fried, whether you like it hard, go ahead and get it to your consistency of how you like your fried food. All right, so let's go. We're going to put these in the fryer for 2 minutes, and then we're going to check and see what they look like once they're out. My grease is ready. As you see, it is sizzling at the bottom. I had my grease on as I was prepping these already. So shake the excess flour off and put them in your fryer. and then we'll be back to check on them in 2 minutes. After putting your first round of chitlins in the fryer, you can see that now your flour is lumpy. And yes, you have some pieces in there, so go ahead and take the pieces out that you can find in there. There are chitlins, and some of it is just lumps, literally. But what you want to do is get rid of this flour and make some more. You don't want this lumpy flour. It's not going to turn out right. And then you want to repeat the process that we did the first time. Dip your chitlins in the egg wash, dip them in the flour, then re-dip them in the egg wash and the flour again and fry them. And then there you have it, your fried chitlins. And make sure that after you get all the lumps out of here, all of your chitlins out of here, take this flour, throw it away, and then go ahead with your fresh flour that you have once again in your cup, already seasoned, and pour it in your container. And start with the rest of your chitlins that you have left. So here you have your finishing touches of your fried chitlins. Alright, so let's take a look at what a piece looks like. So just look at this. It just easily tears apart, just like that. If you want, take some kind of sauce of your choice and dip it in there and enjoy.